me a can, throw the deck, even though he couldn't. The Meesville Mud Hens.
What about Mayday Malone?
Tommy Malone was on a scoreless inning streak down there. You know, he's trying to get back in the rotation, and the Twins are going to have to make a decision whether or not they bring him up or not. To me, you know, Ricky Nolasco's on a hot seat. A couple other guys have to, you know, stay consistent here. But like I said, I've been a little surprised. A baseball person told me once, you take the first 2 months of a season to see what you have. You take the next 2 months to make adjustments, and the last 2 months go for the postseason. We're almost into 2 months here, and they're over 500.
What were you going to say, Seth?
Well, the outfield still isn't saving a lot of runs for
I know, but it does look nice when Aaron Hicks is running gap to gap.
Hunter has played a lot better than I thought he'd ever play. He's made some great catches out there. Hicks is a good outfielder. He couldn't play that field for Lincoln Junior High. I mean, he's terrible out there. I'm surprised. Molitor's done a wonderful job, but why put that guy out there at any time?
Because you want his bat. Because you want his bat in the lineup.
4 hits yesterday.
Eddie the Stick, man. He's Eddie the Stick.
And Rosario actually on set. Well, because they got Santana. They're not going to take him out of the lineup. They got yesterday, actually, Rosario made a nice catch. Made a nice.
You know, Garcia not in left field. They have 2 guys who go left and center. And I'll take range.
Well, Hicks is such a good-looking athlete out there when you watch him. Like, he's some ground.
Exactly.
If his daddy didn't tell him to switch hit when he was 8, things would be fine.
Here's one thing. Cleveland has not been as good as people thought they were going to be. Their staff hasn't been what they thought they were going to be. Detroit, you know, they're leading the league and by a little bit. They're not as good as they were. They got some injuries.
Detroit's a good team.
White Sox are another. So let's see what happens when they start playing the East. Although Baltimore,
the East only had one team over 500 last week.
Well, they're terrible. Toronto's pretty good. The Yankees been pretty good, but the East is probably a lot better.
I hate to say it, but even with Max Scherzer gone, this is the best Detroit team in 5 years.
Yeah, it's a good team. The defense is better. And I don't know, someone taught
Iglesias is fantastic.
Someone told Anthony Ghost how they hit. When I him with Toronto, Anthony Ghost could not hit in the rear with a snow shovel. And this guy is now.
Torrey tells me too that Anibal Sanchez is an ace that's just waiting, and
he is a good pitcher.
That he's got the best stuff.
And it went well Verlander.
He's not there yet.
Yeah.
There's one thing about you. You're down there living with him, and the bullpen is one of the best in baseball. And you said it was the worst bullpen they ever had.
I said it was the worst bullpen.
Right now, that bullpen until today has been the best in the baseball.
Sid, I'm not going to lie to you. You're right. I am wrong. I thought the bullpen was going to be a mess, and they've been functional.
Don't worry. You got a fighting chance to be right before it's over.
Yeah,
I don't know. 38
I knew enough
games.
about the bullpen, but that bullpen is pretty darn good.
I haven't looked at the league overall, pitching versus hitting, but hitting's got to be down right now, doesn't it? Every line look at 241, 220.
The leading team in baseball is now scoring 800 runs a year. And 3 or 4 years ago, the Yankees were scoring 900, 1,000 runs.
Yeah,
so
and this year that pattern must. I haven't looked at the statistics, but it must be the
strikeouts and home runs is the modern game.
Yeah.
Strikeouts and home
swing
runs.
Fortin,
I still think in the post steroids era that speed's become a bigger tool now, and teams that can run and do stuff is good.
A little bit too, like triple loaded. That's something he didn't do this year.
On our radio station, we had a contest. Pick when before, but give us the date of Molitor's first. Muller's first home run. We only got about 11 guys left out of 450.
Oh my God! Unbelievable. I thought he'd have a few more now. When he started figuring out how to pull the ball a little bit, I saw that this is a shot now. You know, teams are not swinging their defense around on him anymore. Straight up, but
he stopped pulling the ball.
But when he pulls the ball, it's not with authority. For that to happen, I don't know. I don't get it. He's 6'5". He should be able to hit the ball in the well.
Pitching coach, I think, has made a big decision.
Neil Guardado.
Huh?
Eddie Guardado or
No,
Neil?
not Eddie Guardado.
Eddie's helping the
Eddie has
bullpen
helped.
a lot.
Eddie's helped.
Long talk with him the other day.
Allen has helped starters a lot.
The Guardados with the bullpen.
Easily one of the
Starter's
best
been
guys
pretty
we've
good.
ever had in this
Yeah.
organization.
Eddie
Yes.
Guardado's got to rank up there at
No
the
doubt.
top of your list, doesn't he?
He's helped a bunch of relievers with control, with their composure.
Yep.
He's helped Jared Graham with a couple of
Personnel.
pitches.
Yep.
Yes.
Never knew
It's a-
anybody could get along with.
No.
Eddie's the one guy he got along
And
with.
Eddie can teach these guys what it's like to have to grind because he's been there.
Absolutely. What were you going to say?
I wouldn't give him credit for nothing. Because he,
Look at the
I'm
bullpen.
not going to talk about his
Look at the bullpen.
attitude
Take
on
a
it.
break.
Oh, Sid.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World. Go to BobbyandSteve'sAutoWorld.com for huge savings on everything from convenience store items to everything under the hood of your car.
Quality. It's the result of shared values. The joy found in an honest day's work. Respect for true American craftsmanship and the need, not the want, to get things right. It's the result of remembering your roots, being forever humbled by how far you've traveled and forever hungry to push on further. Quality is a result. Quality is who we are. Cambria. Family owned, American made.
You're watching CW-23.
Welcome to Subway. What can I make for you?
How about our new Caesar melts? Tender steak or all-white meat grilled chicken strips, new mild and melty Munster cheese, and creamy Caesar sauce. Hurry in today.
Subway. Eat fresh.
Ram's continued leadership is eye-opening, like Ram 3500 with the best towing, best torque, the best payload, and Ram 1500 with the best fuel economy. It's no wonder more people are driving trucks than ever before. Join us now during the Ram Drive and Discovery event.
Now get a low-mileage lease on the 2015 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $249 a month for well-qualified lessees.
Carton staplers. Now. Bin liners. Now. Now. Switches. Flashlights. Now. Now. Stretch wrap. Belts. Boots. Now. Pan truck. LED lights. Wet dry vac. Now. Circuit breakers. Fall protection harnesses. Torque wrench. Fire extinguisher. Rocker switches. Extension cord. Mixing propellers. Bleeded air filters. Walkie-talkie. Now. What we need when we need it. Granger. Get it? Got it? Good.
Start a new career in healthcare today. In just 20 weeks, Summit Academy will train you in their new pharmacy technician program and help you find a job. There's no out-of-pocket cost to you and no loans to pay back. Call Summit Academy on 250.
Main Street is filled with the only thing you need is the partner. The beacon of light that shines that says we are in this together. That is Beacon Bank. Locally owned and community committed. They understand what you need. And they are your personal answer. Your friend in business and in life. Allow the folks at Beacon Bank to be a part of your life because they make it come true. Beacon Bank. It's a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Looking for a nice, big, juicy of ribs, fabulous chops, huge steaks, buddy bowl? Then J.D. Hoyt's is the Hoyt's opened in 1983, and Mike Andrews and his partner John White have kept this Minnesota tradition at the top of the food chain. Managing owner Pat Montague gives us a tour.
At J.D. Hoyt's, enjoy a relaxed atmosphere, great food, friendly service, private dining room, second-to-none happy hour, and great outdoor dining. Just blocks from the ballpark.
At 390 Washington, local, nationally known. Hoyt's.
J.D. Hoyt's going to a 4 after the game. See Pat, whole gang, J.D. Hoyt's in downtown.
I need a
Minneapolis.
pork chop, man.
Ooh, that's good. There's over there. That's good stuff. So are the salads.
Full of
Let's
mission
move
here. I've
down to
never
the
been-
Brady suspension because you've been waiting to talk about this.
Pardon me?
Brady's suspension.
Here's the point, suspension might be here.
And the draft picks.
But here's what's hard for me to figure out. I got to know the owner of the club very well. We did something together, and I've been in the with him a lot, and he's very strong in the juice. That I got to know well, and it's he and he's the most powerful guy in the National Football League. He and the guy in Washington control the.
Snyder doesn't have that much say in it.
Huh?
Snyder doesn't have a lot of say, I don't.
No.
He has.
Exactly.
Well, I have no. And for him to do the owner of the threats without having a lot of evidence.
That because when they were talking to the two ball boys, wherever the hell they were, when they wanted to go back and interview one more time after they had the text messages, they wanted to verify that it was text messages to Brady, and Robert Kraft said, no, you cannot talk to him a third time. And that's why they got fined.
Well, what also upset the league was when Brady went home his private
exactly.
text.
But that they wanted to go back to the ball boys and verify that these text strings were
I can tell you one thing, Sid, the whole love affair between Kraft and Goodell is over. Yeah. This is going to be a blood behind the scenes for the next. I think he will. He will. I think he'll try to get fired. I don't know.
How can someone who's sitting on top of a $10 billion industry get fired?
I don't know, but he's working, it seems like.
LaBelle.
It looks like right now, it looks like, this is what it looks like. It looks like anybody could have run the NFL, and now when the turbulent times came, you go, okay, here's to go through anything.
You know who looks vindictive? Him.
Yes, exactly.
Because you won't kiss his rear end and do everything he wants.
Yeah, I'll admit to that.
Here's the thing. I don't think he owns for each, but he has control of football better than anybody in the National Football League. To me, it's like the WNBA women playing with a volleyball.
The smaller basketball.
Instead of a basketball. That's what it looks like to me. And I don't think the commissioner would have done this unless he had complete. The two guys that did it told him they did it.
The inflator was about his weight. It wasn't about the football. It's the guy they called the inflator. Did you hear that?
The deflator.
Deflator.
But the biggest thing that comes out of this for me is I didn't know that these guys had the footballs for 2 weeks and could do anything they wanted with them.
Right.
Did you?
Well, Bernie Kukar said they get delivered to him in a room sealed, and that before a game they'd rub.
But no, not the ones that they're in the games. They've got Scoggins Collins today. They got him for 2-3 weeks. Dennis has got some magic formula he uses.
I will say this too: the Patriots have been accused of things in the past, and that has not helped them in this situation either. You Robert Fowler, that's what I'm saying to you right now. Patriots have been dirty dogs in the past. No, my buddy Robert Fowler. Oh. He's a big Patriots fan. The Patriots have been accused of things. They had Spygate going on, and it doesn't help when you get to situations like this.
Come the season start, you think that's the best thing that happens to the NFL, though? Now we get the intrigue and the people rally around
I wouldn't be
Brady.
surprised if Brady goes to federal court in Boston and is playing on opening night.
Let me ask this again. Does it make any sense? Kraft is chairman of the football. He's the guy that's really big. He and the commissioner sleep together. Or make a decision. Why would the commissioner do that if he knew it was going to affect his job? 40
Because I think he's an egomaniac who doesn't want anybody disagree with him. That's what I think.
Brady should have just came out and said at his press conference, yeah, I take some air. I didn't think it was a big problem. Why? What's the big deal
Brady,
here?
you got to realize, Brady is one of the few big-time quarterbacks who's ever been a big union guy. He's been on the union board. He hates the commissioner's office. He hates the fact that the players get the hell beat out of them by this guy. Steals their money anytime he wants to.
Right, it's a 10-year deal, yeah.
And I think Brady is ready for a fight. I think he's ready to go to court.
That's fine. And Dan, it's got, look how much all you have to do is just say, hey, I did it.
I'll stick with my...
Okay.
That Fisher would not have done this unless he had great evidence.
Well, yeah. Question of what he's getting at. No,
he didn't cooperate. Not cooperate with the investigation.
Let me take you back to the Joe Smith deal. Glenn Taylor was very stern at the time, and he still lowered the boom on the Timberwolves, right?
Who?
Remember when Joe Smith?
Yeah, Joe Smith.
It was the same thing. Glenn Taylor was close with David Stern.
In fact, I called him that day and see if he would say anything about it. And he claimed, if you're talking about stuff, he claimed that he discussed Joe Smith 2 weeks at a meeting, and here the guy just the opposite. But now it turns out just like this crazy thing. Glenn Taylor and Stern didn't talk for a long time. At the end, he was chairman of the Owners Association.
Whatever the committee is.
Kid crapped out of bed. He's moved in with someone else.
I mean, Glenn Taylor certainly would have liked to get Stern fired, but they're buddies now.
So maybe Kraft and will be at the end of the day, too. Take a break.
Ever wonder, why do I hear but not understand? Scientists at Cambridge University discovered the answer. Inside your cochlea, there are hearing hair cells. Poor hearing occurs when regions of these hair cells die. Amplifying with hearing aids makes you hear worse, not better. The result of this study is a hearing clarity breakthrough. Using standard test equipment, dead regions of your cochlea are identified. Then a new type of frequency-shaping hearing aid is programmed to bypass the regions. Only your usable hearing hair cells receive amplification. Brilliant. A local study is underway. 100 citizens with hearing problems are needed to receive this testing. Then wear the tiny device for 10 days, recording your results. Call now to see if you qualify. Volunteers may keep the product at a special discount if they desire. Don't miss the opportunity. Call now.
Thanks for watching CW-23.
Hi, I'm John Hines. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World is the place you should come. Car washes, oil changes, tires. As a matter of fact, anything and everything under the hood of your car. You're in great hands at Bobby and Steve's Auto World, where serving people is the most important of their business.
Schedule an appointment online for your spring car care special wash, tire rotation, and $5 on your world for only $30.95. While there, visit our convenience store or enjoy something from our Chevy.
Welcome back to the show, Mike Maxpatrick.
Just say one
thing from
the owner of the Indianapolis Colts is the one that reported them. And what did the committee do to the Colts? How the suspension he gave him?
For his little problem.
A little more embarrassing that the guy's passed out in his car. It might have been as an owner.
The point is he did something wrong.
Yeah, well, yeah, he did. And it was a hell of a lot worse than taking a pound of air out of a foot.
All of a sudden, you got the guy who reported Brady. He got a bad, not a bad deal. He got a better deal than he should have got.
Yeah, good point. Let's go down to the Vikings. Mike Zimmer had a film session for the media the other day. Pretty interesting. You could see as his personality came out that he is 100% a first before he's anything else.
Well, they're pretty excited about this draft. They're moving Fusco guard, and they're going to play one of the draft choices at right guard. That's one thing they're doing. They got a safety from Virginia who they think when he's healthy will be a starter. They got more good players, maybe 20 players that got a chance to play sometime, draft and free agents.
Hang on, LaBelle's got something to say.
Patrick, you weren't here last week, but Sid said on air that the Vikings draft was one of the greatest drafts ever.
Well, that'd be good.
Ever.
Be good.
So, ever.
They're very optimistic.
We won't know for 5 years.
They can't believe that some of those free agents, how good they are.
Oh, now the free agent is great.
It's akin to that redshirt freshman.
I know. It's an embarrassment of riches
They
now
got
over at
lucky.
Winter Park.
You know, as the Vikings continue to give more money towards the stadium, I think there are some people maybe a little confused. Basically, you budget for that, and then you, in increments, you give it, and you get the PR. You reap the PR value.
They gave $14 million worth of televisions. That's
Yeah.
good. I
Twins did the
thought
same
that
thing.
maybe if you bought a suite, you weren't going to have a television.
Yeah.
But now they've
Now you
decided
get
to
one.
buy a television.
Yes, you are
Who the hell?
It might even be HD.
Who do you think put the TVs in the suites when the Wild opened?
But that's, you know,
who do you think put the
but they
TVs
care
in
so
the
much,
suites at
Patrick.
Target Center?
They care so
Did
much.
they send out a big release saying we bought television?
That's my point.
They cared so
They
much.
put
They
their
didn't realize
money
they were
where
on televisions.
they put money in their mouth. I'll say that.
But
But
did you think they were not going to have TVs
Did
in
you
the
think
stadium?
they weren't going to have TVs?
All I know is they put their money where their mouth
Yeah,
is.
TVs.
Hey, you know what?
They're doing a great job of fooling idiots.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still mad at the Vikings for
I'm
winning.
just glad I don't have a. I don't just hope I don't. I'm glad I don't have a grandfather who was a Holocaust survivor who was in the real estate.
In trouble again, huh?
Your favorite football team tried to not have that stadium configured for football because they wanted the stands closed. And you know how many baseball games need to be played in this town? College games, high school games. And the Vikings tried to not have the place configured for baseball.
Is that true, Sid?
Pardon me?
The Wilfs tried that stadium not configured for baseball, so
Yes.
so they get more ticket holders in there? True?
We wrote a story
I don't
about
know.
it.
Maybe he knows something.
We wrote a story about it.
Well, they're
Yeah.
what 300 feet in right field, but
Yeah.
that's okay. The condition of the baseball.
Leonard Wolf is, beside his Steinbrenner, he's the biggest holder. Yankees.
Leonard.
Leonard Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a baseball guy, you're saying?
Yeah.
I can see the stadium. It is a massive construction.
Man, it's gonna be good.
It's a massive
Every
construction
time
project.
you drive by, if you
Oh
haven't
my
been there for
God.
a week or so, it seems like there's 16 more things up.
How much bigger is it than the Metro halftime?
Massive
I
compared
think
to
we're
Metro.
going to get the football title, the college football one too, because there are many teams bidding for it because they want to give them so much money.
Oh, you know
Really?
this?
Really?
So that's
It's just like
those
the
other
Super
deals, huh?
Bowl, except it's half as much money. You don't have to.
Same premise.
Yeah.
Take a break, come back, stay with us.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Case Law for all your legal needs, not your typical law firm. Griffin Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than to need us and not know us. And Edge Marketing and Promotional Products. From to swag, featuring over 100,000 products. We can put your logo on anything.
You guys could go on a free spree anywhere. Where would you go? I'd go to the grocery store. Pizza, ice cream. I'd go shop for clothes. You know where I go? I go to Ticket King. Ticket King! At Ticket King, you can buy great seats for the Vikings, the Wild, the Wolves, and of course the Twins. We love the Twins. Yep, this is where I go. Vikings, Twins, Wild, Timberwolves, Gophers, theater, and concerts too. For details, go to ticketkingonline.com. Any ticket, anytime, where. It's the real thing. It's Ticket.
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
That's for sure.
You're watching CW-23.
Main Street is filled with hopes and dreams. The only thing you need is the right partner. The beacon of light that shines, that says we are in this together. That is Beacon Bank. Locally owned and community committed. They understand what you need. And they are your personal answer. Your friend in business and in life. Allow the folks at Beacon Bank to be a part of your life. They make dreams come true. Beacon member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender. Beacon Bank sponsor, reliable, reassuring. Your find a good partner in business and beyond. Beacon Bank and Bob, what a great combination. Welcome back to the sports show. Go down to Gophers. The financing for this Gopher project is a little mysterious because it's not really built on donations. It's a lot of borrowing money now. What happened?
Well, they're going to go ahead with the thing with a plan if the regents okay it. They got about 80 million now. They got about 10 more million. They got promises for about 20 more million they think they can get. The president of the University of Minnesota is going to borrow them 20 million. Administration. They think they can get 20 million from Wells Fargo or U.S. Bank or somebody like that. But they got a new problem right now. There's a big water problem where they're going to build all of this stuff, where the track is. And they might run into a lot of trouble before they build this
They're going to run into a lot of trouble if what you wrote today is true. And they're going to end up putting the track on the golf course. There's going to be a lot of people raising hell about that.
As we end the show, look into that camera, and it's now time for Sit on Sid, where he gives us a poignant and well thought out, layered thought many times. Sidney?
Yes, sir.
Final thought.
I think that the commissioner will win the battle with Brady, and Brady will be suspended for 4 games.
That's it?
I just don't think the commissioner would have done that if he didn't have 100% evidence.
Nice suit, Lavelle. I like that suit, man. You're making me look bad.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World. Go to BobbyandSteve'sAutoWorld.com for huge savings on everything from convenience store items to everything under the hood of your car.